We are fortunate in so many ways to live in British Columbia, and when it comes to business and exporting, we're fortunate because we are living in a jurisdiction which has been acknowledged by most economists in the country as being the place which is going to bounce back sooner from the current economic challenge, but also do so higher and more resiliently, and that is in no small part thanks to our exporting community. Just to validate that a little bit, earlier this month, the IMF forecast that Canada's real GDP growth next year will be the highest of any G7 country. Our own Conference Board of Canada, in the latest provincial outlook, predicts that the BC's GDP growth will be second highest in the land. And there are other think tanks out there agreeing with them, folks like Allen's RBC, the Desjardins Group, the Scotiabank, and they're all very, very bullish on our recovery. And the reason for this is because in the last number of years, we, and by we I mean you, have built a remarkable foundation. It's a foundation that really has two elements to it, roughly speaking, two. You can group them all in. The first is on tax policy and the things that make it attractive to invest and do business and stay and live and grow in British Columbia. We now have the most competitive personal and business income tax regime in North America, and anyone who was here a decade ago knows that just wasn't the case. And so that's a key part of it as well. One of the reasons we're kind of hanging on better than most in the current environment. And the second one, again, broadly speaking, is diversification. Our economic diversification has been a key reason why we're not feeling the pain as much as others across the country, and I think specifically of Ontario and Quebec, and certainly not as badly as our friends and greatest customers to the north, the Americans. And that is the diversification both industrially, but also geographically with respect to export markets. Most provinces in this country do between 82 and 85% of their trade with America. In British Columbia, we do about 65% because we have looked to the west. We have gone to the Far East, looking west to the Far East. And we've looked to the great countries of India and Japan and Korea, and we've done a tremendous amount of work to change the balance of trade, and it's worked.